All right, so I'm rebuilding my 4160. At this point, it's been broken down. I soaked it for 2 days in Pine Sol, took it apart, wire brushed everything, got it all cleaned up, even took time to polish those, just for the fun of it. Okay, so my issue is right here. So if you can see all this play I've got in my throttle shaft. And here I'm gonna try to, let's see, probably the better way. So it's not actually, it's a little hard to do this one-handed. It's not actually play too much actually where it goes through the housing. I don't think I need to bush it or anything like that. All of the play is right there where it's normally peened over. It's gotten loose, and I think part of it is the fact that whoever had this before bent the throttle shaft. So I'm gonna try to fix that. All right, so I was able to try to bend this back into shape. Hopefully you can see that. So at least it's relatively back to where it needs to go. I try not to heat it because just in case there's any Teflon coating on these shafts, I didn't want to get rid of that, but at least it's sort of, I might play around with it a little bit more. Took off the little cam in there and disconnected the spring, because next I'm gonna be submerging it in a bucket of water with some clamps and then trying to do a little tack, see if I can actually do it with my flux core, since I don't have a bottle yet on my MIG. But we'll see. Also, maybe now that everything's kind of disconnected, you can see this a little bit better. But you can see, so if I bump the throttle, you know, I mean, it moves that much play before it even starts engaging. As you can see. But then if I just do the shaft, there's literally like no play in it. So I think this is the only way. So some people talk about getting in and, you know, you can even file this off or grind it off and put a washer there and drill a, I forget what they say. Anyway, drill and tap for a screw there to push against this plate. And then you can also just get a new plate. However, it's kind of a pain in the neck to reinstall the new one. I've heard sometimes it just doesn't go that well. And you have to restake these. And it costs like 50 bucks. And I've been trying actually to get one from Holley for about 2 months now, and they keep saying they're back ordered. And there's one on eBay, but I don't know that I want to risk that. So anyway, I'm gonna try to do it on my own. Okay, so this is the setup. A couple of deep throat clamps, submerged it in a bucket of water, just basically act as a heat sink, so that I'm just gonna do a little tack weld, back off, wait, let it cool down on its own, do another one. I might do 3, but this will keep the actual throttle shaft itself from heating up, ruining any Teflon or any plastic parts that may be connected there. Just try to keep the heat to a minimum. And then just earlier when I was kind of going over the footage, you know, I talked about getting a new plate. Obviously I was meaning a new throttle shaft. You can buy those throttle shaft with the linkage. But it's funny when you're videoing all the things you say wrong without even thinking about it. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. One down. 2 or 3 more. Well, probably 1 or 2 more. Okay, here is the end result. Got 4 tack welds on it. Luckily did not interfere with any of the cam holes. And here's me putting some no play. Got absolutely no play in the shaft. Spins great. So that was it, 4 tacks. Didn't need a MIG. I was able to use a flux core. Didn't heat anything up. The actual body and the wings and everything stayed cool the entire time. Hope this helps somebody.